Hello, everyone. This is Dr. B, and this is week 11 of Social Work 674, Spirituality and Social Work. As you may have noticed, I have not posted a check-in video in a couple weeks. During the Widener spring break, I went out of the country with a group from Widener. We took a group of students to Costa Rica. It was a great experience. Unfortunately, did not have reliable Wi-Fi when I was there. And when I came back with a really bad infection that took 2 rounds of antibiotics to recover from. So I'm just, this week kind of getting back into the swing of things. So I do appreciate your patience. I have caught up with grading things that I was behind on. So you should see your grades that we've caught up on those. So this week, we're continuing exploring spirituality within religious traditions, Christianity, indigenous and African spirituality, Judaism, as well as the intersection of ethnicity and culture. And the discussion that you're being asked is this theoretical intervention to address religious or spiritual oppression. And so you're being asked to identify and describe a problem or issue that one of the religious traditions that we've discussed in weeks 10 and or 11 faces today. And looking at some reliable websites and research articles that are peer-reviewed scholarly journal articles. Find out what are some of those challenges related to this problem or issue that you've identified in step 1. And then discuss the challenges and then develop an intervention to address one of the challenges that you developed or that you identified, in step 2. You want to follow up with at least one classmate by Sunday of week 11. And of course, your initial post is always due on the Thursday of the week in which it was due. I also want to draw attention to the fact that the week 13 assignment is our interview presentation, and it is due in 2 weeks in week 13. And I've discussed the assignment in the beginning of the semester under the introduction to course and course assignments, as well as talked about it in other check-in with Dr. B videos. But I wanted to just go ahead and once again, just review this really quickly. So remember that you are to interview this individual for your presentation. The actual interview with this person is not the presentation. I've received some questions about this. Remember, the actual interview with this person is not the presentation. You are to take the information that you received from the interview to do your presentation, okay? And during that interview, you're going to ask them the questions that you came up with, right? That I've looked over and have told you you're good to go. If you received a you must, work on these questions before you can move forward, and you have not done so already, you need to do so as soon as possible. Because you cannot proceed until I have cleared you to move forward with the interview. Moving forward without having received full approval of the questions will result in a failing grade in this assignment. So very important that if you received an email from me with you must redo your interview questions, that you do so as soon as possible. Okay. The other thing is, all right, so you'll ask those 5 questions that you were required to create, as well as the additional required questions, and any other questions that you found in the frame textbook. Remember, that was part of one of the readings that we did earlier in the semester. You can consider taping, recording your interview with your interviewee if your interviewee stated in the consent form that you could do so. If they did not say you could interview, that you could record it or tape it, make sure to take really good notes. I want you to use the individuals, your interviewees' direct quotes in your presentation as a way of supporting your conclusions and your findings. Not the audio of them, not the video of them, but rather you would put in their quote, word for word, verbatim, in your PowerPoint slide. So I just want to reiterate, your actual interview is not the presentation. The presentation is rather a PowerPoint presentation that where you will summarize the findings of the interview and answer the related questions. Okay, you are not to reproduce the interview verbatim. However, if you do provide quotes, which is what I'm encouraging you, then they should be for verbatim, because you want to make sure you're representing their exact words. You want to make sure that in your presentation that you're addressing the responses to the questions that you asked, that you came up with, that were the required questions, and any additional questions that you might have asked. You want to make sure that you connect the narrative of the interview to scholarly material from the course or sources you find using our Wolfgram Library database. You must include at least 5 sources, and one of those must be Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning. Okay. So you want to make sure that you are connecting it. So if your client talks about, or not your client, excuse me, but your interviewee talks about how, being Jewish or whatever their particular spiritual journey, faith is, their spiritual tradition, that this is something they've experienced, and you want to, and in the literature you found that this is supported by the literature in the sense that other people of this faith have also experienced this, and you can connect it that way. It's not to say that you're trying to prove them right, but connecting it to the larger, connecting it and saying this is not the only person that have felt this way, right? This is something that seems to be a part of this faith, this religion, this spiritual tradition. You want to make sure that you're using a biopsychosocial framework to describe the interviewee. This should be done in the beginning of your presentation. Do not give us any identifying information, but definitely their age, gender, identity, sexual orientation, race, ethnicity, socioeconomic status, all of those sort of things, and any other thing that you think is important, and in particular what their faith is, right? Or what their spiritual tradition is. Or then you want to talk about how you're going to integrate this information into your own professional growth and practice. So now that you have done this interview and you've connected it to the literature, now what? What are your takeaways from this experience, from this exercise assignment that you're going to take with you? Because that's the whole goal of this, right? What did you learn about yourself? What did you learn about this new religion, spiritual tradition that is going to help you become a better, spiritually sensitive social work practitioner, right? What did you learn about yourself in this process? That's what you're going to talk about here. And provide implications for your classmates about how to better serve this group. If you are talking about individuals that practice Wicca, what do we need to know, right? Tell us about practice implications. Tell us how we can work with this group at the micro level, meso level, and macro level. Make sure you include all of those levels. You are to use either Canvas Studio or Screencast-O-Matic to record to record your presentation. Your recording should include both your webcam and your screen. So we should both see you and, the actual PowerPoint. So you see how I have here, I'm using Screencast-O-Matic. You can see my screen. You're not able to see me, but I have posted other videos where you can see both the screen and myself. That's what I'm asking you to do here. Please preserve confidentiality. As I mentioned before, no identifying information. Your video presentation PowerPoint video presentation must be between 15 to 20 minutes long. If you're using a free account of Screencast-O-Matic, it only allows you to record 15 minutes at a time. That's okay. You can record and then do the next, few minutes that you have left on another recording. But make sure that when you upload to Canvas Studio, that you will upload the video file, both of them, right? So that I have like Screencast-O-Matic, or like video part 1 and video part 2, okay? So I want to just show you, remember your PowerPoint is due on week 13. Here is the rubric. Make sure that you look over the rubric so you could see, because this is worth 50% of your final grade. So you want to make sure that you've covered each of these areas. You want to make sure you submit it by the assigned deadline. That's 5 points. That you've included the interview demographics, as I mentioned. That's another 5 points. That you've talked about you've addressed the interviewee's religious, spiritual journey, whatever it might be for them, right? They're not religious, that's okay. What is their spiritual traditions? But you want to talk about how they came to this place in their journey. Where did they start? Where are they now? Then the implications for social work practice, as I mentioned before. What should social workers know about this group from the interviewee's perspective, and provide practice implications to better serve this group, as well as identifying micro, meso, and macro level interventions, okay? Self-reflection, this is 10 points. How do you integrate this information into your own professional growth and practice? Structure of the presentation. Your presentation must be between 15 to 20 minutes, but no more than 20 minutes and no less than 15 minutes. Please, I don't mind if people go over a minute or two, but going over by 10 minutes is not acceptable. Also going under 15 minutes, if you go under by 1 minute, that's fine, but anything under that, it doesn't give you enough time to cover everything. Another 5 points is quality of presentation, and 10 points is the quality of the information. Did you cite from 5 different scholarly peer-reviewed sources, including Viktor Frankl's, okay? So just want to make sure that everybody's aware of this and you have everything you need, to proceed with this. If you have any questions about this assignment, please feel free to reach out. Send me an email. If you'd like to meet via Zoom, we can definitely do that, okay?